Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 1990s Represent. We're starting off our fifth cycle of 1998 here. We're doing that with an album, and this episode we're talking about the debut album from Tamia or Tamia. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but kind of like an R&B pop album. And this was actually my first time listening to the album. So, like we said in the past on some of these episodes, it may be stuff that I'm watching again, or listening to again, or playing again, or in some cases like this one, something that is completely new to me. So, this was a completely new album to me. The only reason I kind of knew about it at all was, I believe, her cover of Careless Whisper is featured in the film and on the soundtrack to A Night at the Roxbury, which came out later in the year. So kind of that was the only song I had known from her up to like very recently. I listened to this album not that long ago, and then I ended up really liking it, thinking it was like a good, like I said, R&B pop album. I have some notes here about it. We're going to get through those, and then we'll get to the track list and all that kind of stuff as well. Just pull the notebook up here. All right, there we go. So this album, Tamia, however you want to, I think that's, I'm probably just going to say Tamia because I think that sounds correct, but I'm not really sure. Anyhow, this album released April 14th, 1998. This is her debut studio album. It debuted and peaked at number 67 on the Billboard 200. So it kind of came out and didn't really climb the ranks, or didn't really get to any other better like charting positions, but debuted and kind of peaked at 67. Apparently, like the background of her, she is, I believe, Canadian, and did well in talent shows in Canada, and then apparently was performing at a multiple sclerosis charity event in Aspen, Colorado, where she met Brenda Ritchie, who is Lionel Richie's, I believe, ex-wife. And so like Brenda Ritchie was kind of the one that was kind of like sponsoring this event. And Tamia performed there, kind of hit it off with Brenda Ritchie. And that's kind of where her like music career kind of like definitely like got pushed to like the next level, because that opened a bunch of doors for her later on. So met with her there, and then I think when Tamia went to LA to do like a photo shoot, according to my research, do some photo shoots or something, she ended up meeting up with her in LA, and then got asked to perform at, looks like it was a party for Luther Vandross. So she kind of got in there, performed there, and then during that party apparently caught the eye of Quincy Jones, who then I think basically kind of like kickstarted her career by having her do some songs of him, I think, or some work on some of the stuff that he was working on. And then she also did a song on the soundtrack to the movie Set It Off, which I think was a couple years before this, so like 1996. I haven't seen Set It Off, so that might be something to watch in a future cycle when we get back to 1996. The album came out to kind of mixed reviews. I don't really know. Let me actually just bring up the reviews here, because there's only one on this thing. It basically has, AllMusic has it at a 3 out of 5. So kind of in the middle there. Like I said earlier in the video, I ended up really enjoying the album, but some critics said it was kind of uneven and what have you. So like I said, the only reason I kind of knew about it was the cover of Careless Whisper that was on the soundtrack to A Night at the Roxbury. But I'm going to bring up the track list now, and we're going to go through that. Let me just check the length here. Length of the album is about an hour. Looks like, or a little over an hour, 60 minutes and 57 seconds, so basically an hour and a minute. And it is 13 tracks, unless you're listening to the bonus track version where there is one extra track, I believe. But I don't think the version I listened to on Apple Music was the bonus version. It may have just been the original. But anyhow, track 1 is Imagination. That features Jermaine Dupri. Track 2 is So Into You. I really like that one. I don't know, because I keep let me actually pull up my little playlist of whenever I listen to a new album or any albums. I now do a playlist for stuff I've listened to this year. Let me just see what track I put on there. No, so Falling For You is the track I chose off of this album for that playlist. So anyhow, track 2 is So Into You. Track 3 is Never Gonna Let You Go. Track 4 is Falling For You. I think that was probably my favorite track on the album that I listened to. And then the cover of Careless Whisper, since I kind of already knew that one from the night at the Roxbury. But yeah, track 4 is Falling For You. Pull this down. Track 5 is Show Me Love. Track 6 is Rain On Me. Track 7 is That You. That also features Jermaine Dupri. Track 8 is Track 8 is Who Do You Tell. Track 9 is Gotta Move On. Track 10 is This Time It's Love. Track 11 is Loving You Still. Track 12 is Careless Whisper. So that's obviously the cover of Wham or George Michael. And then track 13 is You Put a Move on My Heart. And if you listen to the bonus track version, track 14 is So Young. So I think I only listened to the original, which comes in at a little bit over an hour. Like I mentioned earlier, I ended up really liking the album. It's a good kind of mix of like R&B and pop music. And definitely a good kind of debut. It did, like I said, it didn't do great with critics, but I like I said, I really ended up enjoying it quite a bit. So that is going to do it for this video. A little bit on the shorter side this time. Probably because I don't have the nostalgia to really like talk about it in a nostalgic sense. So some of these episodes might be a little bit shorter. And like we mentioned earlier, sometimes on this series we'll be coming across stuff where it's my actual first time experiencing whatever the material is. Like whether it be a new album, a new movie, a new game, or what have you. But that's going to do it for now. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one.